President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria has saved more than $10 billion since the removal of subsidy on petrol in 2023. At the third edition of the Employers Summit, the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association tasked government on the need to create pathways for consensus building to attract investors through reforms to make needed impact. TVC News' Jokia Adisa reports.
Economic renaissance, harnessing government reforms and private sector agility, is in focus at the third edition of NECA's Employers Summit. President Bola Tinubu is represented by the Minister of State for Labour. He describes the private sector as the live wire and engine room of the nation's economy. Mr. President is confident the economic and security challenges facing the country are surmountable, particularly with the government's 8-point renewed hope agenda.
One of the foremost steps we have taken was the withdrawal of the unsustainable fuel subsidy, which drained approximately $10 billion annually, or 2% of the nation's GDP.
The National Assembly promises to enact vital legislations that will assist government reforms to be effective.
This agenda seeks to create a conducive business environment by addressing the challenges of insecurity, multiple taxation, and infrastructure deficiencies. We are committed to enacting legislation that will attract foreign direct investment.
Government role is to provide an enabling environment, while the private sector must seize these opportunities with agility and innovation. Together, we can build the economy that not only recovers, but thrives.
NECA acknowledges the many commendable policies of the government, but seeks clear identification for inclusive growth pathways and equitable opportunities.
Our role, as it is in most countries, is quite definitive. Without the private sector, you cannot talk of GDP growth. Without the private sector, you cannot talk of employment generation. Without the private sector, so many things will be hanging. So I think government have recognized that, and we also recognize that.
We need government and private sector collaboration for inclusive growth, fostering sustainable industrialization and economic growth, as well as strengthening legal and regulatory compliance, are some of the topics for discussion at the two-day Employers Summit. Jokia Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.